Skeptics enjoy asking questions about the Bible, and they like to find what they call obvious contradictions. But they would like to forget that the Bible was written 2,000 years ago in a culture very different from our own because it gives them the advantage of twisting Scripture. They would like to forget that it was written 2,000 years ago and that it, in fact, is not a single book but a collection of 66 separate books written by about 40 men over a span of 1,600 years, written on 3 different continents and written in 3 different languages. And furthermore, they would like to forget the historical and social context of the passages that they'd like to discuss here on YouTube. In fact, I find oftentimes that skeptics read the Bible kind of like people read the newspaper. It was written yesterday, in their culture, and for them personally. They would like to simply forget the social and historical context of the passages. And in fact, I find a lot of Christians make the same mistake. And so when a Christian apologist tries to explain a biblical passage within its cultural context, skeptics oftentimes will accuse them of explaining away contradictions or engaging in mental gymnastics. This type of ignorance and absurdity can be fully appreciated when one is aware of the culture that is being discussed. Take the following as an example. Rapid Skeptic comes along and says, "I see there, big gun apologist. There's a fellow I talked to on the internet who must be stupider than me. He can't even spell worth a lick, always making mistakes like judgment with an E, or spelling real eyes with an S, or humor with a U." The apologist replies, "It isn't that he's illiterate, Rapid. He's probably from England. Those spellings are correct British variations." Rapid Skeptic replies, "Oh yeah, he may be from England, but he's still stupid. He tells me he drives the car on the wrong side of the road." Apologist replies, "In England, the wrong side of the road is the right side of the road." Rapid Skeptic replies, "Say what? Now you're not making any sense at all, you big Jesus freak. This fellow's a moron, a complete fool. He rides on the roof of a bus, for crying out loud." Apologist replies, "But Rapid, the buses in England have 2 tiers. You misunderstood what he's saying. Rapid Skeptic replies, "Oh, go on with your ridiculous excuses for him. I say you're a bigger fool than he is." As you can see from the example, it is extremely important that if you're going to discuss something, especially discuss something as old and as ancient as the Bible, it is extremely important that you at least try to make an attempt to understand the historical and cultural context of the passages. It is important that you at least try to understand what the actual writer was trying to convey and understand the audience in which he was writing to originally. One other thing I wanted to point out. Oftentimes, Christians get accused of being irrational simply because maybe a Christian doesn't know how to explain a certain truth with clarity or simplicity. It kind of reminds me of a joke I once heard. One day a skeptic was going into the woods, and a child comes running out of the woods screaming and yelling. The skeptic asked the child, what is the matter? What's the problem? The child replies, "There's a monster in the woods. Don't go in there." The skeptic replies, "Well, science has already proven there's no such thing as monsters." And so the skeptic walks into the woods, and then he gets attacked and eaten by a bear. The point I'm trying to make is that just because a Christian might not be able to explain to you as a skeptic something with clarity or with what you would refer to as reasonableness doesn't mean that the Christian doesn't know what he's talking about. Thank you.